Sweet spot. Sometimes we don't like people to know what our sweet spot is because it might make us feel raw and vulnerable. Other times we let people know, let them in, so that we can just literally go with the flow and surrender. Is it a weakness or is it a superpower? Let's tune in today and see what Spirit brings to us. So choose the sweet spot for you. I've got number 1, which is the lollies in a wrapper. Number 2, the fairy floss. Or number 3, chocolate. I have no idea where this reading's going today, and I am more intrigued than you realize. Let's see. Tune in and choose. Sweet spot number 1, the lollies in the wrapper. So when I tune into lollies in a wrapper, there's a bit of excitement there. There's a bit of wonderment, having that vulnerability, that you like the aspect of surprise. So if you chose number 1, there's something that you're a bit of a thrill seeker. You like to jump in and find out a little bit more later. You like to have the, just that element of surprise. You are more than happy to jump all in and wait to see where it plays out. Trust is something that you are very connected with. And there's a vulnerability in that, which I absolutely adore. Now, sometimes you can, there's sort of no in between with you. There's this aspect of you all in or nothing. There's no in between. You won't just try something to see how it feels. You'll go all in. And in that, there's a lot of excitement. You like the thrill. You like the chase. The thing is with that is if there's no excitement, you find it easy just to switch off. So let's get into your reading and let's see what the cards bring to you with your element of surprise, because you're all about the fun. You're all about the high vibe. I really love your energy. So the first card we get is refusing to see. Now there's an aspect to you that, it's amazing. So straight away, right, we go to the lollies in the wrapper, and the thing is, you don't care what's in there. You'll just go in, jump all in, and you'll find out later. That part doesn't scare you. Now the thing is, if you were to set back just a little bit and start planning things out, you'll find that things will go a little bit more structured for you. Now structure is something you literally you desire, but it's something that you find that it's really, really hard for you to do. It's almost like you need to hire a PA. You need someone to do all those bits and pieces for you. You'll show up, but all those bits and pieces just don't make sense to you. Now, the thing is, there needs to be a little bit more effort around the bits and pieces, like the 20%ers. I want to say 20%ers, like 20% organization, 80% jump in. But you're doing the whole 100% in, and in that you can lose yourself a little bit. So there's a lot of excitement, a lot of passion, but there just needs to be a little bit more balance because you're refusing to see your potential. You're missing out on the fact that you could literally expand so greatly, and because of the way you're going about things, you're missing out on some opportunities. Now, I don't want to change you. I literally don't want to change the way you do things, as in your personality. So all you need to do is refine. So keep that passion, keep that drive. You dream big, and there's this huge awakening going on right in your crown and your crown and your third eye right now. You've got all these downloads, very, very expansive, but you just need to pull back a fraction. And when I say a fraction, you might want to get somebody into, like, you might want to just almost verbally spew out all your ideas and put them on paper and give them to someone who can maybe structure it a little bit neater for you. Like, you've got all the ideas, but it's the how. I almost feel like this reading's for me. Right now I'm like almost verbally spewing up all these ideas, and the thing is, you don't need to know how, but someone else can do that for you. So there's a little bit of collaboration here, a little bit of guidance. Now you get the MasterCard as well. Now you've just unleashed your heart space. You've opened it up and gone, you know what? I don't care anymore about what people think. I'm just going to be me and blah, this is me. So you're literally showing up so profoundly that you will, have no doubt, but scare others at the moment. And it's not your journey to care about people's reactions too much. That's their stuff. They will jump on board when they're ready. But right now, there's an explosion happening with you that's quite profound, that will intimidate others, or how do I even put it in words? There's a lot of stuff going on for you that it can't put in words. So a little bit of writing and asking Spirit to take your hand, and a little bit of automatic writing to see what's actually coming out, because the structure, there's no structure here in this energy. So that's where you want to pull back, get other people to give you that structure, or just sit in your ideas for a moment. So you love the element of surprise. You're all about it. You'd be doing one thing and then another. But what I want you to do is finish what you're doing before you move on to the other stuff. It will all make sense, and you need to really use that ability to trust, because you have that trust. But when you're low vibing, all of a sudden you're questioning yourself and you're doubting yourself. So, you know, it's a bit of a two-edged sword at the moment. So Spirit's here to say, use that element of surprise. It's absolutely phenomenal that you have it. And if people are around you trying to put your brakes on, don't let them. Just keep going. But definitely go to the right people to really harness your ideas into the how. Now, you've got the strengthening bond cards as well. And it's the number one. The number one's all about beginning, restructuring. That's what is a real sweet spot for you. I don't want you to change who you are. Your excitement levels, your downloads, they're coming in thick and fast. What needs to change is what you do with that. You can't just, well, you can do whatever you like, but what I'm getting is you can't just download and go, blah, there it is, and then do nothing about it and just go and get your next download. You've got to stop with this. You've got to nurture this idea and really play it out. Now, I was talking with a beautiful friend and colleague the other day in regards to Spirit will come in and give us all ideas. There might be a brand new invention, give it to 10 different people. One person will follow through with that invention and bring it to fruition. 9 other people will sit back and go, that was my idea. Well, was it? What did you do with it? Nothing. So this reading is to say you hold on to your idea, you nurture it. You're at the beginning of something extremely profound at the moment. Sit with it, but stay with one idea at a time and write everything down. Keep it in a safe space. But your heart space is literally bursting open now, because this one here is the next level type of idea that's coming. Now, if this doesn't even make sense to you right now, doesn't matter. I want you to sit in this energy, because you are the vibration that will bring these downloads. You're open to this now because you're excited. You're saying, look, I'm all in or nothing. And in the nothingness, you can really go into that doubt. So it's time that you sit in that energy, call Spirit in, ask them to let you feel safe enough to open, because you're now at getting the momentum to show up, whatever that looks like. Yep. So just to tie this up for you, I'd love to hear your, well, I was about to say I'd love to hear your ideas, but I don't feel like you're ready to share them so much. Hang on, I've just dropped all the cards nearly. So I know that you're holding your cards very close to your chest. And the one card that does come out is the aquamarine star. And this is about expression. So you're trying to learn how to speak for others to understand. I express my intuition with self-confidence and love. That's all you need to do. You need to be confident in what you're saying. And it needs to come from your heart. And you're very, very primed for this right here, right now. Your sweet spot is about the element of surprise. You like to feel it. You like to bring it. So you may very well want to hold this close to your chest until you're ready to articulate your words and present it in a beautiful formed manner. So you will still bring the surprise. You will still bring that element of fun and excitement, and people really feed off that. But the misdirection in the past has left you looking a little bit scattered and messy. So bring it in, form this presentation or whatever that looks like, so that when you deliver it, you've got all the answers here. You're ready to move forward with this collaboration. It's a very exciting time. Very exciting. Your sweet spot here is the element of surprise. You're going to surprise yourself with this as well, because Spirit is here to show you and tell you that this is what's happening for you. And that, my beautiful, is the reading for sweet spot number 1. Sweet spot number 2. That's the fairy floss. Wow-wee. Oh, mate, I'm throwing cards left, right, and center. Excuse me. The card that come out straight away is a well-deserved reward. So if you were to have something like to bring you back to beautiful, happy memories, fairy floss would be it. It gives you that sugar rush. It gives you that high. It is a definite reward. It's not something you would have and maintain daily. It's something that you would actually have to deserve, in your opinion. So I know that you don't like to reward yourself unless you feel satisfied, and you've been pushing yourself quite a lot lately and not celebrating the small little achievements along the way. So your sweet spot here is to let yourself receive. You don't really take compliments very well either. So your message today from Spirit is that you're allowed to celebrate just the small wins. Because when you celebrate the small wins, you're going to be in that flow of gratitude. And as we all know, that attitude of gratitude brings more things to be grateful for. So it's like you've been pulled out of the darkness. You've been through quite a dark time of late. And it's now like I can feel this warmth of the sun on my face. I'm actually letting myself come out, open my curtains, getting that fresh air. And it's a real nice feeling. And you've earned it. You've literally earned it. You've worked really hard. You weren't just sitting in your shit, so to speak. You were working through it. You were feeling it. You were allowing yourself to be present with it, which has been a little bit different to the way you would go through different activations, so to speak, in the past. I really like this reading. You're absolutely at a place. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if you and this doesn't resonate, these are general readings, so take what resonates, but I feel like there's something quite exciting happening, whether there's a pregnancy, and this could be baby, obviously, or an idea that's a business decision, or a launch, a business launch even. There's something here that's really opening up, that you've put a lot of preparation into. I don't feel like you were stuck between 1 and 2 this week, because reading number 1 was all about pulling back and getting the planning in place. But reading 2 is like you've done the planning. You're ready to bring it to life. Bring it to life. Okay. Now you also like the rush, the sugar rush, the feeling of that emotion. You're allowed to take the compliments. You're allowed to take the compliments. Now, there's the helpless and hopeless card. Now, this isn't you anymore. And it's not you, and it hasn't been you for a while. And that's just confirmation of what I said before. When you go through the darkest times, it's been really hard for you to get yourself out. Like, I'm almost not being able to talk here. Like, you shut down and you go within. But this time it's been different. You've sat in it and you've worked through it, whether or not you reached out. Yeah, right. You've reached out, haven't you? You've shared your thoughts. Or for some of you, you've helped others recently, which has really smashed you in the face because it's very similar to what you've been through, and it's helped you. Because we get to a point in life where we do a lot of self-reflection, self-healing, self-help books, courses, workshops, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, the student becomes the teacher, because people will come to us that we help like they're our past selves almost. And in that, we can then help them. And in helping them, it helps us, because we're at that level. We've done enough here. Now it's time to share that. And in sharing that, it's just this gratitude of who we are and what we've been through. Now we can help you, help others. So I really feel like there's almost a business launch or something brand new here, a pregnancy, or a new rebirth to a relationship. And it could very well just be the relationship with yourself, but it's very refreshing. And you've worked freaking hard for this. Real hard. So it's time that you allow yourself to be recognized and take those compliments. Don't be, blocking them or handballing them elsewhere. Like, when people say, oh, you look really nice today, go, oh, you do too. I mean, it's all very nice, but that's just blocking. And it might be nice that you just go, oh, thank you for noticing. And that's enough. You're allowed to just own it and sit with it for a second going, people don't go out of their way to give you compliments just for shits and giggles. They don't give them to you for no reason. Own it. And then when you're ready, you give compliments as well, but make sure they're real. Don't just bullshit, because when you give a compliment, people know when you're full of crap, but you're not. But just remember that. And again, this is a card of the past, feeling alone. You're not doing it alone anymore, because you have reached out. And you are seeing in other people your old self. You are seeing in other people when they're feeling alone, when they're shutting down, when they're not giving you anything. Don't push them, because you never wanted to be pushed. So remember what worked for you. And that will happen externally. And I know my clients that come to me are coming to my energy, because I put an order out to the universe, to spirit, and say, bring people to me that are ready to deal with the way I work, because I'm quite in your face. I can be quite abrupt. I can be quite whatever that means. Whereas clients will only come to me when they're ready. So if I get a brand new client, say this week, there's no way knowing they were ready for me a year ago, 2 years ago, or even last month. And that's what will happen with you. People won't come to you that aren't ready for your vibration just yet. So don't rush it. You are going to attract the right people that are going to help you on your journey. You've got to see your mirror self, your reflection of your old self. And it's just a start for you. It's absolutely amazing. Enjoy the rush. Enjoy that thrill. Let yourself. And that is your reading for number 2, the very first. Chocolate. There's something sensual about chocolate. All the advertising on TV over the years has been, that velvety, smooth chocolate. And they very much, really sexualized chocolate. So I know that there's an aspect to you that really loves passion. You've got this passionate aspect to you. And when you feel empty, you search for it externally. Now, your soft spot, your sweet, sweet spot is that real feeling loved, where people need you, your services. But on the flip side, there's an aspect to you that you can easily become depleted and burnt out. So you'll reach for that chocolate or that need to be needed, because you get that hit of being wanted and loved. So your message from Spirit today is that enough reaching externally, and realize that you've got it within, and reward yourself with simply just being you, because up until now you've been looking for that outside, and whoa, you are the most beautiful, magical human, and you're allowed to own the shit out of that. All right, and I want to get you a couple of cards just to clarify this message that Spirit's bringing to you today, because you are vibrant and you've been hiding this vibrancy through the need to be needed. Wow. All right, seek the truth. Now, you know what? I'm getting hot and I literally need to take my jumper off. So when Spirit comes close, this is a real strong message for you, and it's quite deep. And there's an aspect that you're ready to face the truth. You have been avoiding it for some time. And sometimes we don't realize the power in the truth. Now, it could very well be, and this is, a general reading, so take what resonates. And it could be that you're in a relationship that doesn't serve you. I feel like this is matters of the heart. I feel like there's a relationship that might not be serving you the way it's playing out. And you have every right to now speak your truth and say how you're feeling, how you're truly feeling, because there's a bit of an escapism to your personality of late. And, these readings are general, so take what resonates, but these readings are actually green. And when we say green, you can come back and listen to this at any point of time. So when you're listening to this reading, I really want you to take note, because there's an aspect in your life, in a relationship or behaviors that don't serve you anymore. And it could be that you're being underpaid at work. It could be that you're, just letting people talk to you a way that makes you feel down and out. And it could be just that you can't look at yourself in the mirror at the moment. And that's not fair. That is not fair. So if you really feel this inner turmoil that's going on for you, reach the fuck out. And I mean, speak to somebody that you trust. And if you feel it's hard to trust someone at the moment, perhaps reach out to, someone where you can just ring up and just chat. It could be a helpline. It could be just sending me an inbox and just saying, hey, thanks for that reading. I hear what you say. I've had something on my mind and I didn't realize, and this is what it is. Or, just writing it down and burning it and asking the universe to take it and transcend it into love and light. It's very nice with a full moon to do that type of stuff. Tune into the cycles of the moon and see what that's doing, because sometimes you can get very low. And in that energy, it's very hard to be alert and present for others. So you might have small children that need you, and you're just staring at them and going, what? I know that I've been in places like that before, and I know every ounce of this energy I'm feeling with this reading, because we're all human. And if people haven't felt this at some point in their lives, they're either full of shit or lying to themselves, because there comes times where we just need to realize that we've got the power within us. And if we can't access it, or we feel like that's rubbish, then we need to reach out to get that collaboration with other humans. I feel like this is other humans for you, to be able to find it within yourself. There is the moving on card. There's just something that's going on for you at the moment that needs to shift. And I don't mean you need to leave relationships, and some of you, maybe you actually do. But that's up to you. That's on you, as in, if that feels like something you need to do. Now, I'm not one to break up relationships in the work I do, but you can only be true to yourself. When you really look at your world, is it something that you saw yourself in? Is it something that you would be proud to share with others? Because you, my friend, you're a freaking beacon of light. You are living a story of healing right here, right now. And I would love to hear it. But I feel like you're in it at the moment. Now, and I've said this many times before, I used to suffer the most debilitating anxiety when I was younger. And I remember my mum used to say, tell me, how can I help? Tell me. And I'd be having mad panic attacks to the point where I couldn't breathe. And I would say, stop. I can't tell you. Just stop. You're giving me worse anxiety. Her need to help me was making me so anxious. Later, when I felt a little better, where I could piece words together, I would say, please don't do that when I'm having an anxiety attack, a panic attack, because you're making me worse, because I don't know the answer. So I'm feeling worse because I'm making her feel worse. And I'm just taking all this responsibility on. And it was because I was such a sensitive being. And you've got this sensitivity to you that is absolutely beautiful, yet you're not realizing how bloody magical you are. So there's some shifting here that you're carrying of old stuff that's not yours anymore. And you're seeing a reflection of your old past that you're holding on to like it's still you. You got through that. You're a very strong person. And it's now time that you flick the switch to realize that you've been through all of that to be exactly where you are. And there's this empowering energy that Spirit brings through just for you to say that you've got this. You've got this. Whatever you choose to do next, you do it out of love and truth. Have a real good talk to yourself. Because you, my beautiful, it's time for you to spread those beautiful wings that you have been given. You call in the big guns. Archangel Michael is here for you. You call in those wings. I just went away for the weekend with my family. We went to Ballarat. And if you know Ballarat, it's quite a historical country town in Victoria. We stayed at this manor and it was so haunted. And I walked in and I just went, nope. I'm not getting annoyed by Spirit. On my weekend. Now, Spirit knows I need to show up when I'm working or if it's an emergency. We have this deal. And it's time for you to get a deal with your spiritual team. And at the moment, it's almost like I want you to allow them to come in to just nurture you with their beautiful spiritual wings. Now, I asked Archangel Michael, because he is one of the big guns, to protect us while we sleep and not be interrupted by any spirit that might be there wanting just to communicate because they can. I wasn't working. It was a downtime. I was going away with my family for the weekend. And that happened. I actually had the most magical restful sleeps this weekend that I've had in a long time. Now it's time that you trust that you have a spiritual team. Ask them to come close, spread their wings around you so you can actually spread your wings and lift yourself up into a newer vibration, because you are at the most pivotal time that you've been in a very long time, because your sweet spot is simply being you. Realizing that you have it here in your heart. You don't have to keep going out to be needed, out to here, fix people's issues that aren't fixing it for themselves. You come back home to here and you have a good look at what's going on for you and work through that. Because in you working through that, that's going to help more people than you realize, because you, my beautiful, are breaking all the ancestral lines here and now. It's a very exciting time to be you. It's all happening. Spirit's bringing you the support. Just ask for it. Receive it. And you, my friend, are healing as we speak. Take a beautiful big deep breath in. Oh, fill your lungs of that beautiful oxygen, because breath is free. Keep breathing. Deep breaths. It's the only way that it will calm you down. Or in that oxygen, you'll be able to get some clear thoughts. A bit of breath work would be good too. You can, do that online. You can Google some YouTube videos and just copy, or simply just 5 seconds in, hold for 5, and then exhale for 5. And do that until you feel calm and centered. And in that space, you're going to be able to make better decisions and realize that you, my friend, have a beautiful future. And it's up to you what happens next. But they're here to say they're here for you. But ask. And they will show up like that, and then you receive. And that, my beautiful, is your reading for Sweet Spot. Chocolate delicious. number 3. And those are your readings. Thank you so much for tuning in today, beautifuls. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all those algorithm things. But have a look down below in the description because I've got lots of different things that I'm offering at the moment. Online intuition courses, different retreats in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. But yeah, reach out. I can do some tapping, readings, all online. But make sure you go directly to my website or DM me directly because there's lots of scams. Oh my God. Seriously. Do the work, people. Don't have to scam others. Anyway, take care. Thank you for tuning in. Mwah. Stay safe. Be well. Be kind to others, but especially be kind to yourself. Peace out.